Hello to you watching. So, I know I didn't post a 1 month, 1 palette for the month of May, mainly because the one I had picked for the month of April, the Lorac Mega Pro, I kind of stopped using a little, about halfway through the month. I don't know why, I just wasn't feeling it or something. I don't know. I'll go back to it and I'll play around with it again. But I decided I wanted to start a pan in every palette thing instead of focusing on a 1 month, 1 palette. So I have a spreadsheet of all of my makeup stuff, including a tab for just my eyeshadow palettes. And so I took the 19 palettes I had that had no pan, and like no shadows with pan in them, and I randomly generated a list. If you want to see the spreadsheet, I have a Google Docs link down in the description box that you can take a look at my makeup inventory Google Sheets. It also has like my makeup rehab stuff, like Project Use Up, that kind of stuff. It's pretty, I like analytics and spreadsheets and stuff like that, so I think it's really cool to look at. But anyway, as of April 19th, I started a pan in every palette kind of thing, and so I've been tracking how many uses I get out of a palette before I hit pan. And the first palette I started using was a palette I got for free from the Hush app when I made an order, and they like were doing a giveaway. And so it's the Face Candy Sugar palette. It's supposed to be a dupe of, I think, the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, but I don't own that one, so I don't know. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's just, I guess it's reminiscent of the Sweet Peach palette. But anyway, this was the first one I was using, and I was using 4 shades in it for an eye look that I was doing, and I did that eye look in 9 days, like 9 times, and I hit pan in glazed, that one right there, and that was just my crease color that I used, because what I was doing latte all over the lid, glazed in the crease, chocolate cake in the outer corner, and then blending into the crease to deepen up the look, and then cinnamon and sugar on the lid. So kind of like this look, except with these 4 colors as opposed to the colors I'm using now. Yeah, so it only took me 9 usages to hit pan in the crease shade. So once I hit pan in this palette, I went on to my next one, which if you've seen my 1 month, 1 palettes, well, actually, I don't think I made a video for this one because I think it was during the time that I had taken a break from YouTube. But I did post about it on my Instagram. This was my 1 month, 1 palette for last October. And overall, I wasn't particularly excited about it, even though I was so excited about getting this palette. It's the Urban Decay Distortion palette, if you don't recognize it. But I had a lot of use in the shade I hit pan on already, so I used it once and hit pan on it. So you can see the shade 50, that blue shade, is where I've hit pan. Yeah, so that was super quick. I didn't realize I was so close to hitting pan. I'm really sad I didn't hit pan during that 1 month, 1 palette, especially knowing how close I was. These are really deep pans, by the way. But yeah, so very quickly moved through that one. And now the palette I'm working on for my pan in every palette is the Zodiac palette, the Kathleen Lights by ColourPop. And so right now I have no pan. It's still like it's a new palette to my collection, so there's not a lot of use in it. I've used it twice now, maybe 3 times. And so the shades I'm working on for this look I'm wearing today is the Libra in my crease, the Virgo in the outer corner, and then the Gemini is what's all over my lid. So take another. Oh, there's that's a better view. But yeah, so I'm working on this palette right now until I hit pan in one of the shades, and then I'll move on to my next palette. So just as an extra pan, I'm hitting in this project. It's not, this next palette isn't in my project. It's just, it's the palette I use when I travel or like do an overnight somewhere and I'm not home to do my makeup. It's the Kat Von D Shade and Light Quad. And so this is what this looks like. And you can see I don't have these 2 shades anymore. I scraped them out because I didn't like them and I wasn't using them, so I decluttered them from my collection. So all I do with this palette is I put this light shade all over my lid, and then the darker shade in the crease, and then I put on a liquid liner, and that's all I do. But I have pan, if you can see it, hold on. Kind of see it. You can kind of see it. It's a tiny amount of pan in the crease shade. And so yeah, I guess this is an unofficial Pan That palette because I mean I use it every time I travel, and I'm hoping to finish it at some point. So yeah, so here's to hitting pan in all of my palettes, and I'll post an update when I've hit pan in the Zodiac palette. But until then, thanks for watching. Bye.